welcome to the chemistry online classes. In our last class we have discussed about the ligands and the types of the ligands, and today's class we are going to discuss about the nomenclature of the coordination compounds. In order to give the naming of the coordination compounds, so we have to follow up certain rules, okay, and those rules only I have written on the board, and don't worry about the rules they will not going to ask in your examination. By applying, by knowing or by the knowledge of these rules, we can able to name the coordination compounds like this. Write the IUPAC naming of this coordination compound, such a questions will be there. So, in order to name such a coordination compounds, you need to know which are the rules we have to follow up. So, in today's class, we are going to discuss about such type of the rules which are followed during the naming of the coordination compound. Clear? So, let us go for the topic, that is today's concept, nomenclature of the coordination compounds. It means the naming process of the coordination compounds. So, the first rule, all the rules I have mentioned here, and the first rule is the name of the cation is named first, followed by the name of the anion. So, I said you some of the important terms which are used in the coordination chemistry or coordination compounds. If you are not knowing those terms, then you cannot able to understand whatever the rules I am explaining now. So, see here, our complex will be like this. Yes or no? Our complex will be like this. So, this is the coordination sphere and this is the outer sphere, or it is a counter ion. So, in the coordination compound or in the coordination complex, first, while naming of this compound, first you have to name the cation. So, usually cation, that is a metal, will be in the positive state. So, you can name the cation first, followed by the anion, So, see here, in this one of the example I have given here. In this complex, first of all you need to name this coordination sphere. Why we have to name that only? Because when it is dissociate, it will going to give the ions like CuNH3 4 times plus 2 and later SO4 minus 2. When it dissociate, it will going to give us the ions like CuNH3 4 times plus 2 and then it is SO4 minus 2. So, our rule is name the cation first. This is the cation. This we have to name first, which is followed by the anion like SO4 minus 2. So, this is the first rule. Next, after naming the, then we will go for the ligand part, naming of the ligand. As I said you, the ligands may be different types, that may be negatively charged ligand or positively charged ligand or neutral ligand. So, if the different kind of the ligands are present during that time, how to name it? See here, second point is regarding, first point is regarding which ion we have to name, that is cation is followed by the anion. And second one, while naming the ligands, first, if the negatively charged ligands are present, those are named such that those names should end with the O word. It means, suppose chlorine is negatively charged ligand, yes or no? Cl minus is a negatively charged ligand, that should be named as, Cl means chlorine, so Cl minus chloride, chlorido, okay. Chlorido is the name of this negatively charged. It means it should end with the O word. Suppose Cn minus is there, cyanido, okay. It should end with the word O, that if it is a negatively charged. Next, if the ligand is positively charged, suppose the ligand is positively charged, those are named ending with the IUM, okay. For example, NO2 plus is there. It is named as nitronium. Nitro group it is, nitronium, IUM. It should end with the word IUM, that is nitronium. Okay, suppose neutral ligands are there. Neutral ligands are named as it is. So here particularly there are certain ligands which we have to. NH3 means usually we are going to say ammonia, but in the coordination compounds this is the ligand which has to name as amine. You have to name it as a amine, and the list of the ligands I have given already while discussing about the ligands. I have written so many that is positively charged ligands, negatively charged ligands, as well as neutral ligands. So similarly, if carbonyl, CO means that you should name as a carbonyl. Okay. Suppose organic molecule is there. The ligand is such a way, if this ligand is named as ethane 1,2 diamine. Okay. So this also I have given, it is shortly written as EN. Clear? So these are the starting rules. First of all, the name of the cation is named first followed by the anion. Always cation must be named first, then go for the anion. Next we will come to the category of naming of the ligands. Ligand will be of three types: positive, negative and neutral. Suppose if it is a negatively charged ligand, that's name should end with the O word. Chlorine is there means chlorido. Okay, bromine Br minus is there means bromido. Like that you have to end that name with the letter O. Suppose positively charged ligand is there, during that time you have to end that name with the IUM. For example, nitronium, NO2 plus means positively charged, nitronium ion. Then neutral ligands means in that particularly if NH3 is there, we are going to say it as a ammonia, but while naming process you have to use it as amine. Okay, and then even H2O is used as aqua. These are the two different. Okay, H2O is aqua, like that. Suppose any organic molecule is there like this, means you have to name it as a ethane 1,2 diamine. So these are the starting one. Next, in the central metal atom you have to find out the oxidation state for the CMI or CMA. See here, the oxidation number of the central metal atom or ion is indicated by the Roman numerical in the parentheses. It means, suppose here already I said you how to calculate the coordination number, how to calculate the oxidation number of the central metal atom. For example, I want to calculate this here. See here what happens. I don't know the oxidation number of copper, I will keep it as a X plus 4 amines are there. It is its oxidation state, it is a neutral ligand, I will take it as a 0 and it should be equate to the charge of the complex, that is plus 2. X is equal to plus 2. It means the oxidation number of the central metal atom is plus 2. It is represented always with the Roman numerical in the parenthesis like this. Cu2 plus, like this you have to write while naming the coordination complex. Similarly, if cobalt plus 3 state, it means its oxidation number is plus 3. So how to write it? Cobalt 3. Cobalt 3 while naming. Here also while naming you have to write as a copper in Roman letter, its oxidation number should be written in a parenthesis like this. Like this you have to write. Okay. Next, if the positive complex ion is there, the naming should start with the ligand, then the central metal. First I will rub this one. See here, if the positive complex ion is there, the naming start with the ligand, then the name of the central metal atom or ion is represented. So it means what? I said you, suppose this is the complex ion, will you agree? It is a coordination entity or coordination sphere or complex ion. Suppose if it is positively charged, during that time first you have to name the ligand, then you have to go for the central metal atom. Okay. If the complex is positively charged, cationic we can say, cationic complex. During that time first name the ligand, then go with the central metal atom. Suppose if it is a neutral, nothing, no charge is there, means same. First you have to name the ligand, then go for the central metal atom. Suppose if it is a negative, that is negatively charged ligand is there, means you have to name the same as it is. First name the ligand, and while writing the name of the central metal atom, you have to end that metal with 8E word, For example, see first one, if the positive complex ion is there, the naming start with the ligand. First you have to name the ligand, then follow up with the central metal atom. Similarly, if neutral is there, see this point, if neutral complex is there, the naming is similar to the positive complex ion. It means how you named for the positive complex ion, similar. Suppose if the negative complex ion is there, the naming start with the ligand first, same. But here the name of the metal ends with the 8 word. The name of the metal ends with the 8 word. See here, I will, one example I have given here. This complex is negatively charged, yes or no? Negatively charged complex ion or anionic complex. So first what is the rule? The name of the ligand should write. First how many ligands are there? 6. Hexa, cyanido, see here, CN. CN is a negatively charged ligand. So its name should end with the O word, hexacyanido. So Fe means iron, but you should not write iron here because the name of the metal should be end with the 8. So you have to go for the ferrous, ferric, you know. Like that you have to use the name ferrate. You have to use the name ferrate. Then you can write the oxidation state of this one, that is what we can say metal, that is you can calculate it as a Fe means X plus 6, 1 CN can donate unidentate ligand which is equal to minus, so minus 6, it means it is in the plus 2 state. Okay. So hexacyanido ferrate, this metal should end with the 8 word. Okay. Suppose if it is not a negatively charged complex ion, during that time you keep the name as it is. The central metal atom is named as it is. Like iron you have to name, but it is a negatively charged complex, means you have to end that with the 8 word. Okay. Next, this one I have repeated already, neutral means same like positive. Then the different ligands are present, follow up the alphabetical order. If in the complex, if suppose in the complex Cl is also there, Br is also there, NO2 is also there in the complex, means here follow up the alphabetical order. Chlorine will come first, chloride O, yes or no, or bromide, B, in the ABCD B will come first, bromide O. Next you can use the term chloride O. Next nitride O, nitrite O. Like this you can use the follow up the alphabetical order. If the different ligands are present, suppose the same are there, means you can use, if the same ligands are present, use di, tri, tetra. For example, like this, Okay, so don't use. Same, you can use diamine if it is 3-triamine. So the same ligand is repeating means you can use the term di, tri like that. If those are different, you can follow up the alphabetic order. Okay, and one more point, if the ligand itself contains the numerical prefix, then the ligand named using the prefix like bis, tris and etc. Then what is the point? Actually see here, suppose such a compound is there. Suppose this is the ligand you consider. Suppose this is the ligand. What is the name of this ligand? Ethane 1,2 diamine. Already di term is used here only. Okay, already di term is used. It means previously itself contain the numerical prefix, di is there. So suppose these molecules came twice. Suppose this molecule came twice. Previously this consisting of the word di here. So here also 2, during that time for this 2 you can use the term bis. Bis ethane 1,2 diamine you can use. Okay, not like you can use like di, tri, you should not use like such a ligands are there. It means the ligand itself consisting of the numerical prefix. Okay, if itself consisting of the numerical prefix in it like di, tri, it is there inside means you can go for the terms like bis, tris, like that you can use. And one more thing, the coordination entity given in a single word without any gap. It means suppose if this is the coordination entity. Okay, if I want to name this means you should write the name all together. There should not be any gap. There should not be. See here how I wrote hexa, cyanido, ferrate, all. It means there is no gap. The coordination sphere, this coordination entity should be in a single word without any gap. Okay, and always the naming should start with the small letter. Always it should start with the small letter. So all these are the rules which you need to know while naming the complex. So once again I will tell you, so don't worry if you are not comfortable while solving the example, you can able to understand every point clearly. Okay, see here we are discussing about the nomenclature of the coordination compounds. Nomenclature of the coordination compounds. So while the giving the naming to the coordination compounds, we have to follow up certain IUPAC rules. IUPAC naming is there. Okay, so first rule is the name of the cation is named first followed by the anion. It means the cation should be named first, then only go for the anion. Next, while naming the ligands, ligands will be are of 3 types: positive, negative, neutral. Positive is there means, sorry, first you go for negative. Negative is there means you can end that with the word O. If it is positive, end that word with the IUM. Then you can ask me how we have to identify positive and negative. Already I have given the list of the ligands that you need to remember. If it is a neutral, it is common name. No need to add any O or IUM in it. And then if organic molecule is there, that particular naming will be there like ethane 1,2 diamine. Okay. Next rule is the oxidation number of the central metal atom or ion is indicated by the Roman numerical in the parenthesis. It means cobalt plus 3, its oxidation number is written in the Roman numerical. And then if the positive complex ion is there, naming start with the ligand, then follow up the central metal atom or ion. If it is a negative complex, same procedure. Until ligand you should name, then you go for the metal, and the metal should end with the word ATE. The metal should end with the word ATE. For example, I have given here, Fe is there, it is a negative, that is anionic complex. So hexa, cyanido, ferrate 2. And if the neutral complex is there, similar procedure is followed as like positive complex ion. And then I said you the name, how to name the ligand. Suppose the same ligands are there. If the similar ligands are there means you can use bi, tri, tetra words. Suppose those are different, you can follow up the alphabetical order. Like alphabetical order, you can choose which is the first, then you can go for the next one. If those are different, if those are same means during that time use the word like di, tri, you can use a di, tri, tetra, etc. Suppose the ligand itself consisting of the di, tri, tetra terms, if itself consisting of these words means you can go for the terms like bis, tris and etc. terms. So while solving the example, I will apply all these rules in the naming of the certain examples. Okay, and the last point is the coordination entity is given in a single word without any gap. See here, I have written without any gap, don't give any gap, and always the naming should start with the small letter, not the capital letter. Okay, so all these are the rules which are very important while naming the coordination compounds. So we will discuss about certain examples, so you can able to understand these rules perfectly while solving the examples. So until that, keep noting all these points. Whenever I am solving the example, you can keep those rules aside so you can understand the rules in a better way. Okay. Further, we are going to continue in our next class. Until that, keep watching the video and make a note all these points. Thank you.